If you're a big swim team and you like to order a lot of gear, maybe you ought to check out Swim Outlet Team Division for these reasons. Swim teams receive a 10% discount on bulk orders. Swim teams or organizations get an 8% commission on referred sales. You'll also like their customization services, which is affordable and available at all times during the year for all team gear. With over 50,000 items in stock, you can get most anything you want. Swim Outlet Team Division. You need to try it out. You'll be glad you did.
This is the Morning Swim Show for Monday, April 15th, 2013. I'm your host, Jeff Cummings. We're continuing our conversations with some of the top Masters personalities in our Masters Monday series of episodes today. Recently, I caught up with Paul and Laura Smith, who are Masters coaches and swimmers in Mesa, Arizona, and they talked about coaching a fast-growing team and how they were able to bring the Grand Prix back to Arizona. So Paul and Laura, it must be really exciting for you guys to have the Arena Grand Prix here after all that trouble and tribulation and sweat and blood and tears of trying to get it here. Tell me your emotions of what it's like to know that it's actually happening.
You know, you kind of hit on it. It's been a roller coaster ride of emotions. I mean, you go back to when we hosted Nationals. We were kind of snuck up on by USA swimming representatives that were on site watching the event, and we just happened to have mentioned that hosting a Grand Prix event would be the pinnacle for us to bring to this city, to our pools, to our club, and we kind of left it at that. And about a year later, we got a phone call. I was driving down the 60 to this pool, and Mr. Dean Eckern called us up and said, what's your interest in maybe being a part of this? And ecstatic, and then panic after I hung up, realizing what all was going to be involved.
What did I get myself into?
Yeah, exactly.
So, kind of tell us, you guys had a great cooperation with the city of Mesa to make this all happen. Tell us what the process was from the time that Dean called you to today of getting this meet underway.
As again, you're well aware of kind of the backdrop of a lot of this. It's been 3 years in the making of a collaborative effort with Mesa Public Schools, the City of Mesa, Parks and Rec Department, and then the Visit Mesa folks, Convention Bureau. We got all the kids in the room together as soon as we could and said, how can we make this different, unique, and what are the partnerships and what can you bring? It was just absolutely, from the minute that meeting took place, everybody came together wanting to assist, and it's been phenomenal. I can't say that that's the case with every organization trying to host events like this, but it certainly is in Mesa.
Yeah, and Laura, I've seen you around the kids that you coach that are here watching these Olympians. I mean, it must bring a big smile to your face knowing these kids are being exposed to these kind of athletes.
It is the experience of their lives. They can see that these are people. It's not just somebody on television anymore, they're people. The Olympians, all of the swimmers that are here, have been so generous with their time and have stopped and been patient, signed stuffed animals, signed t-shirts. They've been amazing. Tomorrow night, they're doing an event. Aaron Pearsall and Janet Evans are going to be doing a relay with some of our 12 and unders and get in the pool with them, swim with them, and then spend the evening up in the bleachers getting to know the kids beyond what they do as swimming, what else are they interested in, how is their schoolwork, and just becoming a part of their lives, literally.
Yeah. Well, in addition to this, I mean, as if you guys didn't need anything else to do, I mean, you guys are aquatics directors, you're the head coaches of Mesa Aquatics Club. I mean, what does it feel like to be a part of something that, 4 years ago was just this tiny thing and now has grown to, you've taken 2 pools and you've got, 4 programs, 800 swimmers roaming around these decks every day?
I quote a scene from the movie Contact with Jodie Foster about space being such a wasted place if there wasn't something more out there. To have all of this space and not try to bring programs and events and maximize everything we have when you've got such success with the recreational programs that have existed in Mason, the Parks and Rec programs, the schools. We're another piece in the puzzle. And our team success, our club, our organization comes from people like our coaches. We have phenomenal coaches. Our team, this event, Miss Erin Shields, the meet director, team manager for this, we find people far smarter, far better than ourselves, and they share the same vision with us, came together, and it's constant work, but we all, I think, share that vision we have here. I mean, what we've been given, the keys to a Ferrari.
And give us an idea of what kind of programs you guys run at Mesa Aquatics.
We came in originally, as you are aware, with the Masters program. We had 6 swimmers on the first day of practice in September of 2009. 6 months later, we were asked to, as Brad Herring retired and went to another career and moved to the Northwest, he had set a great framework for us. We got asked by Steve Hogan if we would be willing to absorb the age group program, which was about 117 swimmers at that time. We said no initially 3 times, knowing that it was going to change our life fundamentally forever. Right. But we pulled it together and subsequently put pre-comp learn to swim programs in place. The Masters team's grown, I think, again, 400 and up to 800 when you add water polo, which is our latest adventure. So it's kind of just exploded. A lot of support from the community.
And Laura, you've got everybody from these little kids learning to swim to your master swimmers that you teach in the morning. What is it like to be able to, basically have this job where you're basically 24 hours a day hanging around a swim pool?
I couldn't ask for any better life. This is my cubicle right here. This is where I work, and I love it. One thing that I think is so unique, and it's a feeling of family, because I'll wake up in the morning and I'll coach the grandfather of the grandchildren that I coach at 3, and then at the noon workout the parents come. And so it's very generational, and you really get to know not just the swimmers but the families.
Right.
And yeah, we went from being the 2 of us to now our family's 800.
Pretty big.
It's pretty big, especially at Christmas and Thanksgiving.
We're coming to your house.
Don't invite all 800 to them at once. Now, you guys, before all this, you guys were in the pool as master swimmers. Tell us about how you're still, how often do you guys get in and swim?
That was the kind of the crucial discussion we had. We were traveling about 120 days a year in a sales and marketing business based out of Colorado. We were able to train a lot, compete a lot, saw you back when we were in Denver a lot. Essentially, we had to give it up. We find our time when we can to get in the water. I think it's a passion that's still there to be competitive, but for us, this is our place and time to do this. I think there's a good chance that we'll get more involved on the competitive side again. We've got such great support systems in place that we can kind of step back, carve a little more time out for ourselves again, which is what our goal is to get to. So,
and that's always the goal of the people who are running the show, is to kind of let the others do the work for you, but that never really works out, does it?
And again, it's hard to say how much of a team effort it is, though.
Right.
And we completely trust the people. We would gladly release any responsibility, but everything works better when we're all doing it together, and we all have a part in it, and everybody has skin in the game.
We'll never ask somebody to do something we're not out here wanting to do ourselves. I mean, that's part of it. I mean, when you own and build something, it's in our soul. So we delegate as much as people are willing to take on those responsibilities, and so far a lot of people have stepped up. We never would have done this without that kind of support. So,
well, like you said, 4 years ago you just started with the Masters team, and now you've got all this going on. Is there anything else that you're like, it would be great if we could do this?
Well, sure. I'm not going to tell you right now.
But there's always something on
There's always something.
Water polo is surging in Arizona, and as I said, we had an Olympic clinic while we were pulling this off going on at Keno with Janai Kerr came in, and Olympic goalie did a phenomenal clinic for our 14 and unders. That's going to be a big part of where we go from here. It'll be an added. We have representatives from USA Water Polo visiting, seeing the site, because we're bidding now on hosting some water polo events. So
pretty interesting. So, give you guys a chance to toot your own horn. What would you say has been the key to making Mesa Aquatics grow to the size that it is now?
I'm going to say cooperation with the city. They have done more for us.
City, schools.
It's definitely a team effort in that sense.
Again, going back, we ran another business. We've been involved with aquatics, but our primary business before taking on, really relied on our, I think, ability to find really great people that have skill sets that we don't have, or better skill sets than we have, and turn them loose. Give them the freedom and the cooperative effort of all the resources together, and step back, and that enables people to get creative, and they're more energetic, and they take on more.
And I think we have a very unique, I see it in Markham Rankin. I don't see it in very many other places. We can work together, husband and wife, and we love working together. You might not always know it when you hear us bickering and fighting, but I think that it is just a miracle that we have both found each other, found the similar passion, we both have the same drive, and we want the same thing. So everything in our lives is a combined effort and a very focused goal. That couldn't be more helpful, I think, to what we're doing.
I really like that. I think that sums it up very well. So kind of to wrap it up here, when do you guys think you'll ever have a chance to sit down and say, my goodness, look what we've done?
Never.
Sunday will be a good start. Sunday will be a good start.
I'll quote another movie scene. In Italian race car driving, there's no rear view mirrors. You know,
you got to look forward.
You got to look forward. To sit and spend time looking back or at the moment, it's right at the moment, and what's next.
Yeah, and you got 3 more years on this contract with the Grand Prix, so
I hope we have 20 more years. That's our goal, is to convince them, as Santa Clara did, that we can run a successful program and keep this here and keep people coming back and build the huge success that Santa Clara has had as an outdoor venue.
Yeah,
that's what we would like to do.
It's a good start, guys. Thanks so much for joining us, and
Thank you,
congratulations on getting everything that
you
you guys have so far. We look forward to the future of Mesa.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
All right,
Appreciate
my pleasure.
it. All right.
Thank you. Our thanks to Paul and Laura for taking the time out from their busy schedules to join us for that interview. And thanks for you for joining us on today's edition of the Morning Swim Show. I'm Jeff Cummings. Thanks for watching.